Nagar, and I'm with you with the era of ABFM. Okay, everyone. First of all, I hope your Holi went well, and I hope you have already enrolled into our courses yet. If you haven't, then please go ahead and check out our courses. The courses are available at a good discount right now, and that too, I think, let me show you the website first for that. I'll show you the entire part for that particular area. Along with this, one important thing when we talk about our courses, then I would say that I think I'll be starting with another batch of ABFM very soon. Then if you haven't started with your ABFM and you are looking forward towards your CIIB preparation, then check out my ABFM batch, which is starting soon. And secondly, our CIIB batches have just started in February, so all the subjects would be available to you in the fresh batches as well. So if you are planning, then kindly do not delay. Every single moment that you are spending right now is super duper important, right? Chaliye then, everyone, we are looking at our victory series. Here comes the first question, everyone. Today, I think most of the questions I'm going to take up on the basis of odd man out. That is, on the basis of which is correct and which is incorrect. Which of the following statements is not correct regarding the preference capital, everyone? What do you mean by preference capital? There are two bodies, equity and preference. है ना? Equity share capital is the elder kid who's the responsible one for sure. But we have a spoilt brat called preference shareholder. The preference shareholders gets a fixed amount of money from the business and they are able to grow on the basis of the risk that they are reducing or mitigating. So that's about this area. Plus, everyone, if you like this particular session, please share it among your peers, and if you like it, then also click on the like button. Okay, then preference shares are preferred over equity shares in terms of dividend payment and repayment in case of liquidation. The dividend rate of preference shares is variable, similar to common stock. Preference shares are entitled to dividend if distributable profits are available. Redeemable preference shares are required to be redeemed within a period of not exceeding 20 years. That's true. In India, it cannot exceed 20 years. The preference dividend are entitled to dividend. That is true. If we have a profit only, then we can give them. And the dividend rate is variable. No. These people are not risk takers. So technically, they are never looking for this. So the correct answer is the dividend rate of preference shares is variable, similar to common stock. This is wrong. Next question. Which of the following is not correct regarding term loans? Why am I giving these kind of questions? But the maximum mistakes happen in this area. The reason is that people tend to avoid this entire tough part. Ki not correct, correct. Array, we have to go through all the options. So this is the challenging part of these kind of questions. The term loans are generally granted for short terms to long term, with short term loans repaid within 1 year. Term loans are primarily used to finance intangible assets such as software development. Long term loans are typically granted for periods ranging from 5 to 10 years. Term loans can be utilized to acquire tangible assets like land and building, plant and machinery. Which one is not correct? I think the last one is absolutely correct. It is for 5 to 10 years only. Term loans are primarily used for intangible assets, or term loans are for short term to long term. The point is, these cannot be, the term loans are primarily used for financing intangible. They are not for the intangibles for sure. They are there for everything. Financial, non-financial, looking forward towards the growth of the organization, you have to risk it, right? What do you think, everyone? There is nothing point of tangible and intangible specifically. It is for both, and it is required by both. Okay, this is a long question. This kind of question can always be expected in the examination. Which of the following statements about the term loan is true based upon the provided paragraph? Okay, you've got A, B, C, and D. I think that's converted into pointers. So there are the pointers, everyone. One, A, B, C, and D. Which one is correct? Take a moment and read the question first. What's going to be the answer? Chaliye, let's look at the question carefully. The question says, the term loans are generally more expensive to service compared to working capital finance. Long-term loans are typically granted for a period of 5 to 10 years. Similar point was given earlier, so this one must be correct. Short-term loans are preferred for projects with long gestation period and slow cash generation. There's a slow cash generation. How will we repay the debt, everyone? The term loans can be repaid, can be utilized to acquire intangible assets. We have done this part as well. It is not only for this part, it is for a broader one. 2 and 3 are correct, 1 and 4 are correct, only 2 is true, or only 3 is true. The answer is 3 is true. Pakka 3 is true. Short-term loans are preferred for projects with long gestation periods. Long gestation, actually the opposite. The answer 3 is not correct. B is correct. Acha, C part is only 2 is correct. Acha, just a moment. I got the mistake. The answer is only 2 is true. The answer is actually C, not D. The point is long-term loans are from 5 to 10 years, but term loans are less expensive. If you are taking short-term loans, they are more expensive. And short terms, if used for long gestation periods and slow cash generation cycles, these loans will not be able to help us in the worst time of the organization. Now, how will we repay them? So it has to be 2, not 3. Okay. Next question. Which of the following about the term loans is true on the basis there? Term loans always carry a variable interest which fluctuates with market conditions. Not really. Sometimes we have fixed, sometimes we have floating. It depends upon you. Loans are generally repaid in one lump sum payment rather than installments. No. If there are term loans, we're normally paying it in installments. It's easier. Collateral securities are never obtained. If we do not take a security, how will we survive in the market? The appraisal process of term loans does not include the examination of economic viability and technical feasibility. Everyone, which one is true? वैसे if we talk about the term loans, there's one more point. Just like debentures, we can actually take it for one particular period and we might repay after 10 years. That part is definitely possible. But I think the last point will choose it. Na? The appraisal process of a term loan does not include examination of viability and technical viability. I'm looking at something that I want to study for 10 years, 15 years. I need to check the viability of it. Matlab, is it possible even or not? If it is not possible, why would I take the risk? Right? Taking the risk will not help me at all. So technically, I think if I have to look at the point there, the correct answer is actually only 2 can be true. Debentures and all, they are repaid by the end. They're not paying during the installments at all. They might be paying in lump sum altogether. Take the payments after the long projects are over, where there is a long gestation period. When those long gestation periods are over, then obviously you have got your money back and then you can repay. Why do you want to face a crunch during the time when you are already struggling to complete the project? You know, which of the following is not correct regarding the term loans? The term loans carry a fixed and predetermined rate of interest. Loans are, actually, this is very similar to the question that we did, but 2, 3 more points are there. In many cases, term loans are granted without any security or collateral. The amount of loan is determined solely on the basis of debt equity ratio. ऐसा हो सकता है क्या? It can only depend on debt equity ratio. And if I talk about the next part, in many cases, term loans are granted without any security. Term loans, long-term loans. If I have to buy a car now, then my car is under hypothecation. You know, the hypothecation has to be cancelled the moment I got it. I have repaid the entire amount, isn't it? So isn't C the answer? In many cases, the term loans are granted without any security or collateral. This cannot be the point, na? Just eliminate the points. That is the basic purpose of dealing with a specific area of sources of finance today, that is loans. In the last class, I've taken area of the cost of capital, only the preference and equity. Na? Today, we are doing a part of preference and more of equity. Sorry, more of loans. Done, everyone? Chaliye, among the following, which is true and which is not true? The interest rate of the term loan is solely based upon the credit rating. Acha. The loans are typically repaid in one lump sum. The appraisal process of term loans does not include examination. The term loan against current assets are provided to mitigate temporary liquidity problems. Normally, when we talk about this area, D is not true. Term loans are not never on the basis of your current situation. It is based upon your total earnings. Na? How can we say it is based upon your current situation? That doesn't make sense. That's one particular thing. Which of the following is not typically included in loan agreement? This is the area where we are changing the particular area, everyone. Everyone? Hanji? Which of the following is not typically included in a loan agreement? Reconstitution of the board, infusion of additional funds by the promoter, submission of quarterly data and annual audited financial statements, and provision of free shares to the lenders. Which of the following is not typically? See, loan agreements does not include provision of free shares to the lenders. Who gives free shares to the lenders? It's like the people who are a liability, we are ready to give them equity without anything. Free shares is something we can give them convertible shares, but the convertible shares is one of the lenders of last resort. देखिए, if I'm not able to pay you, then is it possible that I give you shares? है ना? That's what we can do. Done, everyone? That particular thing definitely happens in the organization, na? Then comes next question. Among the following, which action would typically require prior consent and approval of the lender according to the loan agreements? Routine maintenance of company premises, appointment of compliance officers, equity expansion or dilution or participation in the industry conferences. Which of the following is require prior consent of the lender. See, routine maintenance is not something which is a part of their agreement. But if you are looking forward towards expansion, if you are looking at delusion, the lender is going to ask you which particular amount are you using. Are you using my money or are you using yours? The question is going to be there, है ना? What kind of money are you using for this purpose? Isn't it, everyone? Chaliye. Now coming to the next question. Hanji, next question, everyone. Look at this. Which of the following statements regarding long-term loans is true? Borrowers lose control over the shareholding and management. नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होता. Long-term loans are considered risk capital with variable cost. वैसे तो there is one problem that we have to pay them, so there is a financial burden क्योंकि we have to earn money ना. If we won't earn, how will things work out? That's one particular truth. Right? These people are gonna eat our head if I take a loan and I do not make efforts to pay back the loan. My rating will go down, and the next time I will be looking forward to a loan, the person who's lending me money will be reluctant. Ki bhaiya, you do not really work upon these things, so I'm sorry. I will not help you. है ना? So repayment over a long term period is more expensive due to inflation. Um, it can be, it cannot be, to be very honest. It can be very expensive if there is an inflation in the market. And if there is no inflation in the market, probably we'll be in a better situation altogether. Then comes interest paid on long-term loans is tax deductible. This is actually a point which is of a doubt. This part is definitely not true. It's not with variable, it is fixed cost. And you do not lose your control. Let's see. Obviously, then either I'm going for C or D. Interest paid on long-term loans is tax deductible, resulting in lower cost compared to post-tax dividend payments. Okay, let me see. The moment we pay interest, our profit is less because of tax deduction. You get a profit. Once you get this profit, whatever is left, this profit is something we use for equity, first of all preference and then equity. Otherwise we make huge profit. If there is no interest, then we pay higher tax. So whatever is left for equity is technically lesser, because first of all preference shareholder will take and then our equity will be left behind. So in this case, tax deductibility is one of the basic reasons that the organizations are taking loans and they are ready to take loans. The reason is this is happening only in this area. A tax reduction will reduce your taxable income, है ना? So if the taxable income is less, then your tax is also less. Last question, everyone. What is that one benefit of submitting timely data as required by the lender? I think my lender is going to be happy about it. Okay, I'll make the payment in advance. It restricts the borrower decision making process. I don't think it does, because if I'm giving the information before time, he'll be happier with me. It increases the borrower's borrowing cost. Nahin, it cannot do that. If I'm giving the data in advance, he would be at least satisfied कि I have money, or he might get stressed overall कि you don't have money at all, right? It helps the management develop better systems and evaluate performance. This can be true, because once the organization knows कि this is the organization, and it reduces the convenience of fixing repayment. Actually, it increases the fixing repayment area. Once the organization is submitting all the information, this is what we earn, this is what happens, XYZ, all the information is already updated, the banker will not be worried about us. है ना? He'll be really happy कि ठीक है ना, the person is paying us money, he is getting enough money, why to worry? So in this case, why to worry? It helps the management develop better systems and evaluate performances. because acknowledging the debts and able to pay it in time is the most important area, right? Acha, everyone, now this is the end of the session. So, as promised in the beginning, let's talk about our website. Go on to our website. The name of the website is www.adda247.com. This is where you will find it. Drop down.
So before I end my session, let me tell you, we are coming up with our more batches of CIIB. What are we doing? CIIB June 2024. This is what you will have to do. You will have to go to our Zeal or Josh batches. The batches are starting from 1st of May. So if you're planning to purchase our courses, then do it right away, everyone. As these batches are really helpful for you, we're coming up with all the four compulsory subjects, and if you're planning ki you want the other details as well, that means you're looking forward towards our revision batch or any other batch as well, then this is the perfect Mahapack for you. What you can do is 500 hours of live classes, test series, ebooks, and 1498 already recorded videos are already available. That means you get live plus recorded both. You get 187 test series, and even there are ebooks specifically related to to ABFM, BFM, BRBL. Not only these are, but also the all five optional subjects are available for you. So if you're planning, I don't think there's anything better than this. All you need to do is click on the area of buy now, use the code buy 541, and you will get a discount of exact 79% here, and if you go for our app, you will get 80% discount. So I think that is way better. You get the 80% discount, in which your benefit would be there definitely, because you are getting it for 300 more rupees lessened. So go ahead and check out our website or our app for further details, everyone. And better is to download the app right away, get this 1% extra discount, and get our courses. Thank